Introduction. Beneath the sands of the desert stretches endlessly, golden waves of sand shifting beneath the burning sun, yet silent, eternal, as if time itself sleeps beneath the dunes. At its heart rises Giza, plateau of stone, plateau of monuments, where pyramids stand like sentinels, guardians of memory, guardians of secrets. The Great Pyramid towers, the last surviving wonder of the ancient world, aligned with stars, carved with precision, defying time. The Sphinx, half lion, half man, carved from bedrock, its eyes gazing east toward the rising sun, its expression silent, enigmatic, eternal. These are not just monuments, they are mysteries. Mysteries older than recorded history. Mysteries that whisper of something hidden, something lost. Beneath the sands of Giza, legends speak of chambers, of tunnels, of an underground city, vast, ancient, forbidden. Some call it myth, some call it fantasy, but whispers persist in ancient texts, in travelers' tales, in the guarded words of priests and pharaohs. Stories tell of halls of knowledge, of libraries carved in stone, of treasures not of gold, but of wisdom, hidden from the eyes of the world, hidden until time of need. What if beneath pyramids and sphinx lies not only stone, but memory of an age forgotten, a city swallowed by sand, a civilization erased? The story of a lost city beneath Giza is not new. It is ancient. From the writings of Herodotus to the visions of clairvoyance, from the records of Arab historians to rumors of modern explorers, the tale repeats, always the same, always forbidden. It speaks of tunnels stretching for miles, of caverns filled with water, of chambers filled with artifacts. It speaks of priests guarding secrets, of conquerors seeking treasure, of knowledge too dangerous for the world above. Why would such a city be hidden? Why would its history be forbidden? Perhaps because it changes everything. Perhaps because it reveals that Egypt did not rise suddenly 5,000 years ago, but inherited knowledge older, knowledge passed down from a civilization before flood, before fire, before memory. Perhaps it reveals that pyramids are not tombs, but markers, doorways, guardians to what lies below. Perhaps it reveals that history, we are taught, is incomplete, edited, controlled. The sands of Giza conceal, but they also preserve. Beneath stone and silence, chambers wait, carved holes untouched for millennia, sealed against time. If they exist, then within them lie answers to questions humanity has asked for centuries. Who built the pyramids? Where did their knowledge come from? Was there a civilization before Egypt, before Sumer, before known history? Did a cataclysm erase it, leaving fragments in myths of Atlantis, in legends of Zep-Tepi, the first time? The first explorers who gazed upon pyramids wondered the same. Herodotus wrote of labyrinths beneath, vast halls greater than pyramids themselves. Strabo described hidden passages, ancient and sealed. Arab historians spoke of treasures buried in secret chambers, guarded by spells and curses. In 19th century, adventurers claimed to find tunnels, shafts leading down, blocked, forbidden. In 20th century, whispers grew of discoveries not announced, of excavations halted, of secrets hidden by governments and institutions. Why hide it? If city exists, why not reveal? Perhaps because it rewrites history, perhaps because it proves that knowledge lost to time still survives. A library beneath Giza would challenge every religion, every empire, every institution built on control of truth. It would reveal that humanity is older, that civilizations rise and fall in cycles, that knowledge is preserved for those who seek. To admit such is to admit that our history is fragile, that our origins are hidden, that our future may be foretold. The Great Pyramid is aligned with Orion, with Sirius, with stars of Zep-Tepi. The Sphinx gazes east, toward rising sun of Leo, as if remembering an age when lion ruled sky. These alignments speak of epochs 10,000 years before recorded history. Could it be that pyramids and sphinx were built not in age of pharaohs, but an age before, by civilization whose city lies beneath? Could it be that what we see above ground is only monument, only marker, to what lies hidden below? If city exists, it would be vast, a labyrinth beneath plateau, halls stretching like veins, chambers carved into bedrock. It would hold relics, scrolls, devices, knowledge of heavens and earth. It would be hall of records, memory of Atlantis, memory of first time. Priests of Egypt may have guarded it, knowledge passed to initiates, hidden from conquerors, hidden from Romans, hidden from Christians, hidden from modern world. Only fragments escaped, myths of emerald tablets, legends of Thoth, whispers of library beneath Sphinx. Modern archaeology denies, dismisses, forbids. They claim no city exists, no tunnels, no chambers, only tombs, only coincidence. Yet explorers report otherwise. In 1920s, chambers beneath Sphinx were rumored discovered. In 1990s, seismic surveys revealed cavities beneath paws. In early 21st century, researchers whispered of shafts beneath Great Pyramid, unexplored, blocked. Each time, silence follows, access denied, secrets buried again. Why silence? Why forbid? Why fear? Perhaps because what lies beneath is not Egyptian, but older. Perhaps because it proves that humanity is heir to forgotten age, an age erased by flood 12,000 years ago, remembered in myths of every culture. Perhaps because it shows that Egypt inherited, not invented, that pharaohs ruled over legacy, not their own. To admit this is to admit that history must be rewritten, that humanity is older, wiser, stranger than known. The story of lost city beneath Giza is not story of treasure, it is story of memory, story of who we are. If it exists, then within its halls lies forbidden history, truth denied, truth preserved. It is city of knowledge, city of records, city of truth. To discover it would be to expose lies of centuries, to awaken humanity to destiny forgotten. And so, we begin this journey into sands of time, into legends of hidden city, into whispers of forbidden history. We will follow texts of ancients, testimonies of explorers, fragments of myth, shadows of discovery. We will ask what lies beneath Giza. We will ask why it is forbidden. We will ask if truth waits beneath sands. Sealed in silence, waiting for time to come. The desert sleeps, the pyramids stand, the Sphinx watches. Beneath, perhaps, a city waits. The Giza Plateau, more than pyramids. The Giza Plateau is no ordinary stretch of land. It is bedrock shaped by time, carved by wind, kissed by sun. Yet it holds more than sand and stone. It holds memory. It holds alignment. It holds a message written in architecture, written in silence. When people think of Giza, they think of three pyramids, Khufu, Khafra, Menkaure, standing in line like stars, standing as eternal guardians. Yet the plateau is more than pyramids. It is a landscape of mystery, of geometry, of secrets. The Great Pyramid of Khufu, rising 481 feet when first completed, once covered in smooth white casing stones that reflected sun like mirror, visible for miles, shimmering like star upon earth. It is aligned with true north within fraction of degree, its base covering 13 acres, its blocks weighing tons, fitted with precision that modern engineers struggle to replicate. Inside are shafts pointing to stars, chambers aligned to Orion, to Sirius, to Belt of Heavens. This is not accident. This is design. Design older, design deeper, design forbidden. Beside it stands Pyramid of Khafra, slightly smaller, yet placed upon higher ground, giving illusion of equal height, its summit still bearing casing stones. Reminder of once shining form. Nearby is Menkaure, smallest of three, yet aligned with same pattern, completing triad, completing mirror of Orion's belt upon Earth. When seen from sky, pyramids align not only with stars, but with Nile, mirror of Milky Way, river of heaven reflected in river of earth. Above Orion, below Orion, as above so below. Principle of hermetic wisdom, carved in stone. And then there is the Sphinx, carved from bedrock, 66 feet high, 240 feet long, gazing east toward rising sun. Symbol of Leo, symbol of strength. Its body lion, its face man, though eroded, weathered, ancient beyond dynasties. Geologists argue that erosion upon body is from water, not wind. Water falling in rains 10,000 years ago, before desert, before pharaohs, before dynastic Egypt. If true, then Sphinx is older than history, remnant of age forgotten, remnant of Zep Tepi, the first time. Beneath its paws, legends speak of chamber, sealed, filled with records, filled with memory of Atlantis, memory of lost world. The Giza plateau is filled with shafts, tunnels, cavities, some explored, some sealed, some forgotten. Excavations reveal passageways beneath pyramids, yet often declared insignificant, often ignored, often hidden. Seismic surveys reveal anomalies beneath Sphinx, yet permission denied. Silence follows. What lies beneath remains forbidden. What lies beneath remains unanswered. Ancient writers spoke of more. Herodotus wrote of labyrinth beneath, halls greater than pyramids, chambers filled with relics. Strabo described shafts and tunnels. Pliny hinted of hidden passages. Arab historians in Middle Ages spoke of treasure vaults sealed with spells, guarded by curses, built before flood to preserve wisdom. They describe kings of old placing knowledge beneath stone, to survive cataclysm, to survive fire and water. If true, then Giza Plateau is not tomb, but library, not burial, but preservation. Why would priests and pharaohs guard such secrets? Because knowledge is power, and power must be preserved, yet controlled. Perhaps only initiates of temple were allowed to descend. Perhaps chambers were places of initiation, of transformation, of contact with divine. Perhaps pyramids were not tombs, but machines, resonating with earth, amplifying energy, connecting heaven and earth. If who, then plateau itself was temple, vast and complex, more than pyramids, more than Sphinx, but city above city, symbol above truth. Modern Egyptology insists pyramids are tombs, monuments to vanity of kings, yet no mummies found within, no treasure, no hieroglyphs, only stone and silence. Could it be they served another purpose? Could it be they are markers above hidden world? Could it be pyramids were built to guard entrances, to cover shafts leading below, to protect city beneath? If she, then Giza Plateau is entrance, not end, door, not monument. The alignment with stars suggests more. Orion associated with Osiris, god of afterlife, of rebirth, of cycles. Sirius, star of Isis, goddess of magic, of wisdom, of rebirth. Together they tell myth of death and resurrection, of knowledge lost and restored. Could pyramids and Sphinx mark more than myth? Could they mark location of hidden halls where wisdom of gods is preserved? Halls waiting to be revealed when time comes. The plateau also shows evidence of construction far older than dynastic work. Blocks at base are massive, megalithic, reminiscent of style in Peru, in Baalbek, in sites older than history. Above them, smaller blocks, clearly later repair, clearly less precise. This suggests that what stands today is layered, older core, later addition, preserved by reuse, yet hiding origin. Could it be that pyramids themselves are built upon older structures, built upon entrances to city below? Could it be dynastic Egyptians inherited, not created, preserving memory they did not fully understand? Legends of Zep-Tepi, the first time, speak of age when gods ruled, when knowledge was given, when civilization began anew after flood. Priests told Greek visitors that their knowledge came from before, from earlier age, from time erased. Plato spoke of Atlantis destroyed, survivors carrying knowledge to Egypt. Could Giza Plateau be testimony, monument above lost city, marker of where survivors hid records, preserved memory of world before? Explorers through centuries sought entrances. In 19th century, travelers wrote of shafts blocked, of tunnels leading down. In 20th century, rumors spread of discoveries not announced, chambers beneath Sphinx sealed, evidence hidden. In 21st century, whispers of excavations by foreign teams, denied by officials, silenced by institutions. If nothing lies beneath, why secrecy? If only sand and stone, why forbid exploration? Silence speaks louder than denial, for secrets remain, and secrets are feared. The Giza Plateau is more than pyramids, more than Sphinx, more than tourist wonder. It is riddle carved in stone, riddle pointing below, riddle hiding beneath sands. Above ground we see monuments, but beneath may lie city, halls of knowledge, forbidden history. Imagine standing atop plateau at dawn, sun rising, shadows stretching across sand, pyramids glowing golden, Sphinx gazing east. Beneath your feet, perhaps vast halls stretch, silent, waiting. Imagine tunnels filled with artifacts, scrolls sealed in stone, machines silent for millennia. Imagine city alive once, priests walking corridors, torches flickering, chants echoing, rituals performed, knowledge preserved. Imagine silence after cataclysm, sand covering entrances, time forgetting. What lies beneath may never be admitted, for to reveal would change world. But plateau whispers still, in alignment, in erosion, in silence. It tells us it is more. It tells us to look deeper. It tells us forbidden history waits. The Giza Plateau is not only wonder of world, it is doorway to another, perhaps to city beneath, perhaps to truth forbidden. And as we walk its sands, as we gaze upon its monuments, we must remember, we see only surface, but secrets sleep below. Legends of a hidden city. Across centuries and civilizations, whispers have persisted, whispers of a city not seen, not recorded, but remembered in fragments of story, in echoes of myth, in warnings carried through time. Beneath the sands of Giza, beneath the weight of stone and pyramid, beneath the gaze of the Sphinx, the legends speak of halls, of chambers, of tunnels stretching far into darkness. They speak of a city buried deep, not by accident, but by design, sealed against flood, sealed against fire, preserved against time. Herodotus, the father of history, journeyed to Egypt in 5th century before Christ, and though his writings mixed truth and tale, he reported what priests told him. They spoke of labyrinths greater than pyramids, of halls filled with reliefs, of chambers built underground. He described passages leading to hidden vaults, a structure vast enough to house nations. To later readers, his words seemed exaggerated, impossible, yet echoes appear again in later writers. Strabo, the geographer of 1st century before Christ, described catacombs and tunnels beneath Memphis and Giza, dark corridors carved into earth, leading to chambers unseen. Pliny the Elder spoke of passages beneath pyramids, chambers flooded, sealed, forbidden. Arab historians of Middle Ages carried the tale further, writing of kings who, foreseeing flood, sealed treasures of wisdom beneath pyramids, guarded by traps, by curses, by spells of fire. They claimed pyramids were not tombs, but vaults, designed to preserve knowledge of first time, knowledge of stars, knowledge of gods. Legends among Egyptians themselves spoke of Zep-Tepi, the first time, when gods walked with men, when Thoth, Lord of Wisdom, inscribed laws of heaven, when Osiris brought agriculture and civilization, when flood destroyed and survivors preserved records beneath stone. Priests told Solon, Greek lawgiver, that their records stretched 9,000 years before his time, that floods had erased memory of Greeks, but Egyptians remembered, preserved in temples, preserved beneath sand. Plato retold this as story of Atlantis, destroyed in night and day, survivors carrying wisdom to Egypt, building monuments to preserve memory. Could the city beneath Giza be legacy of Atlantis, library of forgotten age? Arab chroniclers told of King Surid, who dreamed of catastrophe, stars falling, earth overturned, flood rising. Warned by dream, he ordered pyramids built, filled with scrolls, filled with instruments, filled with treasures to preserve for survivors. He placed priests within to guard, sealed chambers with spells until future generations opened. To them, pyramids were not graves, but vaults, doors to hidden city where wisdom of world was kept safe. Travelers in Middle Ages reported rumors of secret passages, of shafts leading down from pyramids. Some claimed to enter, to see flooded halls, to see carvings of stars and beasts. In 19th century, explorers whispered of tunnels blocked by stone, of air flowing from hidden shafts, of doors sealed. Some accounts speak of vast caverns beneath plateau, capable of housing thousands, connected by waterways to Nile. Could this be city remembered, city of legends? Even in modern times, rumors persist. In 20th century, stories spread of archaeologists who found chambers beneath Sphinx, sealed hall beneath its paws. Seismic studies in 1990s confirmed cavities beneath, yet officials denied entrance, forbade excavation. Some whisper that discoveries were made but hidden, that artifacts removed in secret, that reports suppressed. If nothing exists, why secrecy? If only sand and stone, why forbid? The lost city is also called Hall of Records, described by mystics and seers, most famously Edgar Cayce, who in trance spoke of library beneath Sphinx, containing history of Atlantis, preserved until humanity is ready. He said chamber would be opened at end of 20th century, revealing truth of human origins, yet chamber remains sealed or sealed by decree. Whether vision or legend, story persists, growing stronger, not weaker. Why do legends converge? Different cultures, different centuries, yet same story, of hidden halls, of preserved knowledge, of city beneath. Perhaps because memory is real, perhaps because survivors of flood told same tale, preserved in myth, in temple, in secret. Perhaps because priests of Egypt guarded truth, revealing fragments to Greeks, to Arabs, to seekers, but never whole. If city exists, what would it hold? Legends speak of scrolls inscribed with wisdom of stars, maps of heavens, calendars of cycles, prophecies of future. They speak of machines, of crystals, of instruments that harness energy. They speak of records of civilizations before, of Atlantis, of Lemuria, of Zep-Tepi. They speak of wisdom given by gods or by beings not of earth, preserved for age to come. Why forbidden? Because such knowledge would break foundations of power. Religions built upon claim of first revelation would tremble if older texts revealed. Nations built upon illusion of progress would falter if greater civilizations proven before. Sciences built upon gradual evolution would shatter if advanced technology discovered in ancient halls. Forbidden because truth is dangerous, forbidden because truth frees. But legends cannot be silenced. They survive in texts of Greeks, in scrolls of Arabs, in whispers of priests, in visions of mystics. They return again and again, reminding us that beneath Giza lies more than stone. They remind us that history is incomplete, that memory erased returns. Imagine standing at Giza at night, stars above, pyramids below, silence of desert surrounding. Legends say beneath you lie halls filled with light, crystals glowing, scrolls untouched, machines sleeping. Imagine priests sealing chambers, chanting, locking doors with stone, placing knowledge for future. Imagine conquerors seeking, but failing, entrances lost, memory fading, only legend surviving. Imagine now, in modern age, technology ready, humanity searching, truth waiting. The legends of hidden city beneath Giza are more than story. They are memory preserved. They are forbidden history disguised as myth. They tell of halls of records, of city of knowledge, of wisdom preserved from flood. They tell us to seek. They tell us to remember. They tell us to awaken. What if legends are true? What if beneath sands lies city vast, halls endless, chambers filled with light? What if forbidden history sleeps, waiting to be read? What if awakening comes when city is revealed? Then humanity will remember, then history will change, then future will be reborn. The legends remain, whispered across centuries, forbidden yet alive. They tell us that Giza is more than pyramids, more than sphinx, more than stone. They tell us that beneath lies city lost, city forbidden, city waiting. And so the journey continues, deeper into sands, deeper into myth, deeper into forbidden truth, ancient texts and forgotten testimonies. The story of Giza does not begin with modern archaeology, nor with tourists gazing at monuments, nor even with pharaohs carving hieroglyphs upon walls. It begins in fragments of words, in texts half remembered, in testimonies passed across centuries, often ignored, often forbidden. These texts speak of hidden places, of chambers beneath sand, of knowledge preserved, of cities buried, waiting in silence. The Egyptians themselves left hints, though often concealed in sacred language, in myths told to initiates, not to masses. The pyramid texts, carved upon walls of Saqqara, speak of gods descending, of doors to underworld, of fields of knowledge, of stars as gateways. They tell of Duat, realm beneath earth, filled with halls, filled with guardians, filled with wisdom. Was this only myth or memory of city beneath Giza, halls real, chambers sealed? The coffin texts continue, describing paths beneath earth, rivers of darkness, chambers filled with fire and light, a labyrinth where soul journeys. Scholars call it symbolic, yet descriptions align with idea of vast network beneath ground. Could these texts preserve memory of actual city, veiled as afterlife, forbidden to speak openly? In Book of the Dead, spells guide soul through halls, past guardians into chambers where truth is weighed. These halls are beneath earth, beneath horizon, beneath land of living. Could it be that priests who wrote these spells remembered corridors, chambers beneath Giza, and translated memory into myth? If so, then Book of the Dead is not only spiritual guide, but map disguised, testimony of city beneath. Greek visitors to Egypt also recorded fragments. Herodotus spoke of labyrinth so vast it rivaled pyramids filled with 3,000 rooms, halls above and below ground. He said he was shown above, but priests forbade him from seeing below, where tombs of kings and sacred crocodiles lay. If forbidden, why? If only tombs, why deny? Perhaps because below lay city of knowledge, hidden from strangers. Strabo too mentioned underground passages, shafts leading beneath pyramids blocked by stone. Diodorus Siculus wrote of kings who feared flood, who built pyramids to protect their treasures, their scrolls, their wisdom. He said chambers beneath filled with knowledge to outlast disaster. These Greek testimonies echo Egyptian myth, echo Arab legends, echo same story across centuries. Later, Arab chroniclers preserved more. Al-Makrizi, historian of 14th century, wrote that pyramids were built before flood by King Surid, who foresaw catastrophe. He filled them with books of wisdom, with treasures, with instruments, sealed them so that survivors would find. He described chambers deep below, hidden halls, forbidden knowledge. His words echo older legends, echo Greek testimonies, echo Egyptian myths. Another Arab writer, Ibn Abd al-Hakam, wrote of people entering pyramids, finding passages blocked, chambers filled with inscriptions. He told of explorers lost in darkness, never returning. Others claimed to find treasures, but cursed, destroyed by spirits guarding. Such accounts mix fear and truth, but always repeat idea of hidden halls, forbidden chambers beneath. Medieval travelers told tales as well. Some describe shafts beneath Sphinx, passages leading to city below. Some spoke of flooded chambers, of carvings upon walls older than pharaohs. Their testimonies dismissed as fantasy, yet patterns persist. Same story repeated, same forbidden city remembered. Forgotten texts also include apocrypha, banned writings that hint at Egypt older than known. The Book of Enoch speaks of watchers descending, teaching forbidden arts, punished by flood. Some traditions place their prison beneath desert, beneath stone. Could halls beneath Giza be connected? Chambers of watchers, chambers of knowledge. The Colburn Bible, preserved in fragments, speaks of destroyer, of flood, of survivors carrying wisdom to Egypt, hiding beneath temples. If true, then text not myth, but testimony of lost city preserved. The Rosicrucians, secret order of Europe, claimed in 17th century that beneath Egypt lay vaults of wisdom halls filled with ancient books guarded by initiates. They spoke of hidden libraries, of records of Atlantis, of forbidden knowledge waiting. Though dismissed as allegory, echoes remain, pointing again to same place, same city beneath Giza. In modern age, testimonies come from explorers and seers. In 19th century, travelers wrote of shafts leading down, blocked by stone. In 20th century, explorers claimed to find tunnels, sealed, forbidden to enter. Edgar Cayce, American mystic, spoke in trance of Hall of Records beneath Sphinx, Library of Atlantis preserved, to be revealed when time is right. His visions align with myths, with Arab texts, with Greek testimonies, coincidence, or memory returning. Why are these texts forgotten? Why forbidden? Because they disrupt accepted history, because they claim Egypt is older, because they speak of civilizations before. Archaeology dismisses, but silence cannot erase memory. Priests forbade Herodotus from seeing. Arabs warned of curses. Modern officials deny entrance. Always same pattern, always secrecy. Imagine the priests of old guiding Greek visitor through halls above, but blocking path below, knowing city lay hidden, knowing strangers not ready. Imagine Arab historian writing of Surid's dream, preserving memory of flood, of preservation. Imagine mystic centuries later speaking same, unaware of texts, yet aligning. Threads across time, testimonies across cultures, all pointing beneath Giza. If texts are true, then city beneath Giza is not fantasy, but memory, preserved in myth, disguised as afterlife, hidden in allegory, forbidden in history. If testimonies are true, then chambers exist, sealed, filled with knowledge. If forbidden, then not because false, but because dangerous. The ancient texts and forgotten testimonies form tapestry, fragments woven into pattern. Egyptian myths, Greek reports, Arab chronicles, apocrypha, mystic visions, all align, all whisper of lost city beneath. To dismiss all as fantasy is blindness. To see pattern is awakening. The forbidden history of Giza is written not only in stone, but in words, scattered, suppressed, forgotten. Yet words survive, texts remain, testimonies echo. They tell us that beneath sand lies more, that history is deeper, that truth forbidden waits. And so, we turn from texts to explorers, from words to journeys, to those who dared descend into darkness, who sought forbidden halls, who claimed to glimpse city below. For legends live, but explorers sought to prove, and in their seeking, whispers grew louder. Explorers and whispers of the underground. The sands of Giza have seen countless visitors, conquerors, pilgrims, explorers, archaeologists, mystics, yet few dared to ask what lies beneath. Most gazed upon pyramids, upon sphinx, upon temples, yet whispers grew. Whispers that under the plateau stretched a labyrinth, a hidden city. Some explorers claimed to see, some claimed to hear, some claimed to descend. Others silenced, others ignored. Their testimonies scattered across centuries weave story of underground world, forbidden, concealed. In the 19th century, European adventurers roamed Egypt, intoxicated by romance of antiquity. They wandered ruins, broke into tombs, tunneled into pyramids, and sometimes they wrote of passages leading deeper than expected. Some described shafts descending beneath Great Pyramid, leading into darkness beyond explored chambers. Others reported blocked passages, air flowing as if from hidden space. Often such notes dismissed as exaggeration, yet pattern emerges, always beneath, always sealed. In 1817, Giovanni Battista Caviglia excavated around Sphinx. His work, crude yet persistent, he uncovered parts long buried. He cleared sand from body. He also reported fissures, cavities, signs of chambers beneath paws. He speculated of hidden entrances, but lacked means to dig further. His words were forgotten, yet others returned. Later, in mid-19th century, Auguste Mariette, founder of Egyptian Antiquities Service, explored Giza. He too heard tales of tunnels, of hidden passages, of flooded caverns beneath. Local workers spoke of underground sounds, of hollows beneath feet. Mariette recorded fragments, but official reports avoided, perhaps to protect narrative, perhaps to hide. British travelers of same age wrote in journals of shafts descending beneath plateau. Some claimed to enter passages filled with water, leading to chambers carved in stone, walls marked with inscriptions. Others wrote of collapse, of danger, of sudden silence, as if air swallowed. These accounts scattered in obscure publications, not in official archaeology, yet they remain whispers of underground. In 20th century, rumors multiplied. In 1920s, Egyptian authorities undertook excavations near Sphinx. Whispers spread of chambers discovered, sealed again, access denied. Some claimed artifacts removed in secret, others claimed nothing found. Yet silence heavier than denial. If nothing, why secrecy? If myth, why forbid? In 1930s, explorers like André Pochon described anomalies in Giza structures, possible entrances hidden. He speculated of underground city, but lacked proof. Yet again, whispers continued, not ending, but growing. Perhaps most famous was Edgar Cayce, American mystic, who in trance reading spoke of Hall of Records beneath Sphinx. He said Atlanteans placed records there, a library of knowledge, to be revealed when humanity ready. He described chamber beneath paws sealed until 20th century's end. His words fueled seekers who watched Giza with new eyes, waiting for Hall to open. In 1970s, Egyptian scholars and international teams conducted surveys around Sphinx. Reports spoke of anomalies beneath, rectangular cavities beneath paws, unnatural voids. In 1990s, seismographic studies confirmed hollow spaces aligned precisely. Explorers believed chambers existed, yet permission to excavate denied, reports silenced. Some claimed secret excavations occurred at night, discoveries hidden from public. Again whispers louder, again silence official. Adventurers independent of institutions also sought. Stories tell of explorers entering tunnels beneath plateau, finding caverns, rivers underground, strange echoes. Some described passages extending for miles, connecting pyramids, connecting Sphinx, forming labyrinth. Others spoke of flooded halls, inaccessible without boat. A few claimed to find chambers filled with strange statues, inscriptions older than pharaohs. Yet their voices dismissed, labeled fantasy, forgotten. Arab workers at Giza often told stories, passed from father to son. They spoke of sounds at night, hollow ground, hidden doors sealed with stone. Some told of entering by accident, through cracks, finding vast darkness, fearing curses, fleeing. Their oral tradition strong, ignored by officials, but persistent, aligning with explorers' whispers. Rosslyn Chapel in Scotland holds carvings resembling maize, plant from Americas, carved before Columbus. Some link Templars to Egypt, to hidden knowledge of Giza. Whispers say Templars found tunnels, carried secrets to Europe, preserved in symbols. Though far from Egypt, the legend connects, again pointing to Giza's underground as source. In 1997, an independent team claimed to film inside hidden chamber beneath Sphinx, accessed through small shaft. They spoke of sarcophagus like box, inscriptions strange. Footage vanished, project silenced, permission revoked. Was it hoax, or was it forbidden discovery suppressed? Whispers also surround Great Pyramid. Robbers in past reported descending passages blocked by stone, hearing echoes of water. Some suggested Nile once flowed into tunnels, flooding underground city, preserving it. Others believe shafts align not only with stars, but with subterranean corridors. Modern robotics explored shafts inside pyramid, discovering doors, blocked passages, copper fittings, yet behind still mystery, still sealed. Why are explorers silenced? Why are reports suppressed? Perhaps because discoveries challenge narrative. Perhaps because city beneath is too great, too disruptive. Perhaps because institutions fear, governments fear, religions fear. For if proven, history must be rewritten, power shaken. Yet whispers never die. In villages around Giza, people still tell of underground city, halls vast, forbidden to enter. In circles of mystics, prophecies still speak of hall beneath Sphinx. In voices of explorers, journals dusty, testimonies linger. Together they paint picture of labyrinth beneath plateau, not myth but memory. Imagine it descending with torch in hand, air heavy, silence vast, stones carved smooth, passages stretching, chambers opening, filled with artifacts untouched. Water dripping, echoing in darkness. Walls inscribed with stars, with maps of heavens. Imagine explorers finding, then sealed again, truth denied. The explorers and whispers form part of tapestry, part of forbidden story. They are fragments of truth suppressed but alive. They tell us that city beneath Giza is not fantasy, but reality waiting. They tell us that beneath sands lies history older, greater, forbidden. The question remains, who controls entrance? Who decides when to reveal? Until then, whispers will continue. Explorers will search, and city will wait, silent, eternal, beneath sands of Giza. The chambers beneath the Sphinx. The Sphinx lies upon the plateau, as if born of the stone itself, carved from bedrock, lion body stretched in silence. Human face gazing east toward a horizon, toward rising sun, toward eternity. Its eyes unblinking, its mouth sealed, its body weathered by wind and rain, yet its mystery not only above, but beneath. For beneath its paws, beneath its chest, beneath its bedrock, whispers speak of chambers, of halls sealed in darkness, of forbidden records preserved since time before time. The legends of hidden chamber beneath the Sphinx are as old as the monument itself. Priests spoke of passages leading down from paws into halls of knowledge. Arab chroniclers in Middle Ages wrote of secret vaults beneath, sealed by magic, guarded by spirits. Mystics and seers in modern age repeated same, claiming that beneath Sphinx lies library of lost world, hall of records, memory of Atlantis. Always beneath, always hidden, always denied. Geologists who studied body of Sphinx saw erosion not of desert wind, but of rain, heavy rain, falling thousands of years before dynasties, before Sahara turned to sand, before Egypt as we know it. If Sphinx is older, then so too chambers beneath. Perhaps carved in age when Nile Valley lush, when flood yet to come, when knowledge preserved for future. In 1920s, Egyptian excavations around Sphinx uncovered fissures and hollows. Rumors spread of entrance discovered, sealed quickly. Workers whispered of chambers glimpsed, forbidden to speak. Officials denied, yet whispers grew. In 1970s, seismographic studies conducted by Egyptian authorities and international teams revealed anomalies beneath Sphinx. Reports spoke of cavities beneath paws, rectangular voids unnatural in geology, aligned with symmetry of monument. If natural, why aligned? If voids, why sealed? Access denied, reports buried, silence heavier than denial. In 1990s, joint research with American institutions returned to Sphinx. Again, seismic surveys confirmed hollow spaces, not random, but structured. Beneath paws, beneath chest, cavities large enough for chambers. Hints of passageways leading deeper into bedrock. Yet excavations forbidden, official explanations vague, discoveries hidden. Some claim secret digs conducted at night, chambers entered by few, contents removed. If false, why secrecy? If nothing, why forbid? Mystic Edgar Cayce, decades earlier, had spoken of Hall of Records beneath Sphinx, library of Atlantis placed there by survivors to preserve wisdom of world before flood. He described chamber beneath paws aligned with Great Pyramid, sealed until humanity ready. He said it would be revealed at end of 20th century. The timing aligned with surveys, with anomalies discovered, yet official denial silenced. Coincidence, or forbidden truth suppressed. The Hall of Records as legend is not treasure of gold, but treasure of knowledge. Scrolls inscribed with wisdom of stars, of earth, of cycles. Records of cataclysm, of destruction of Atlantis, of survival. Prophecies of future, warnings of cycles repeating. Instruments of science lost, crystals of power, devices unknown. A library of humanity before history. If real, then beneath Sphinx lies not tomb, but truth. Truth forbidden to world above. Why beneath Sphinx? Perhaps because Sphinx is guardian, carved as symbol, lion body, human head, gaze fixed upon rising sun, upon cycle of heavens. In age of Leo, 12,000 years ago, sun rose aligned with constellation Lion. Perhaps then Sphinx built, marking age, guarding hall beneath. If so, then its erosion of rain is memory of that time, proof of origin older than dynasties. Legends say priest guarded chamber, entrance sealed by stone, by magic, by knowledge lost. Only initiates allowed, only chosen few descending to read records, to preserve cycle. Conquerors sought, but failed. Romans, Arabs, modern explorers, all denied. Perhaps priests succeeded, chamber sealed until time ordained. Imagine in beneath Sphinx a vast chamber, walls smooth, torches once lit, scrolls stored in niches. Perhaps crystal globes glowing, machines silent, maps of stars carved upon stone. Imagine corridor leading to Great Pyramid, linking monuments above with city below. Imagine silence preserved for thousands of years, waiting for awakening. Some explorers in 19th century claimed to find fissures beneath monument, air flowing from cracks, whispers of hollowness below. Workers reported echoes when striking ground near pause, as if chamber resounded. Yet all sealed, all forbidden. In late 20th century, stories spread of secret entrances on back of Sphinx, of hidden doors behind ears. Photographs appeared, showing anomalies, patched areas, possible sealed shafts. Officials dismissed as restoration, but speculation grew. What if entrances exist? What if shafts descend into hall? Satellite imagery and ground radar studies in early 21st century revealed further anomalies beneath plateau, some beneath Sphinx itself. Cavities rectangular, too regular for geology. Yet again, access denied, exploration halted. Silence official, whispers louder. Why forbidden? Perhaps because discovery changes history, proves civilization older, proves Atlantis memory real. Perhaps because knowledge inside threatens power of religion, of science, of state. A library proving cycles of cataclysm, proving humanity rises and falls, proving truth hidden. Dangerous to reveal, forbidden to admit. But Sphinx remains, silent, watching, guarding. Its face eroded, but its gaze eternal. Beneath, chambers wait, whether myth or truth, whether sealed or entered in secret. They are part of riddle, part of forbidden history. Imagine being first to descend, to open sealed door beneath pause. Darkness swallowing, silence vast. Step by step, torch revealing carvings upon wall, stars, floods, gods, chamber opening, scrolls waiting, wisdom untouched. A city below, silent for millennia, breathing again. Such vision haunts explorers, haunts seekers, haunts humanity itself. The chambers beneath Sphinx remain one of greatest mysteries of Giza. Legends, surveys, whispers, all align, all say they exist. Officials deny, but denial itself suspect. For centuries, hidden, for centuries, forbidden. Perhaps truth too great, perhaps time not yet. Yet Sphinx watches, as it always has, as it always will. Beneath its paws, perhaps beneath its heart, forbidden chambers wait. The lost city beneath Giza whispers still, through silence of stone, through erosion of rain, through gaze of guardian. And though sealed, though hidden, it remains alive, for truth cannot die. Truth only waits. Forbidden excavations and lost reports. History is written not only by discoveries, but also by what is hidden, by what is forbidden, by what is erased from record. At Giza, monuments rise visible, but beneath, what lies concealed is not only stone, but knowledge. For centuries, explorers claimed discoveries that vanished, excavations whispered of then silenced, reports written then buried. Forbidden excavations, lost reports, they form shadow history of Giza, a history of secrets denied. In 19th century, when Egypt opened to European travelers, tomb raiders and scholars alike searched beneath sands. Many wrote of passages, of shafts descending deeper than permitted. yet official accounts minimized, treasures removed quietly, texts stored in private archives. Some reports published only once, then vanished, copies destroyed. The pattern began early, discovery followed by silence. Caviglia, Mariette, Vaz, early names of exploration, each left fragments. Caviglia cleared sand around Sphinx, found fissures, hollows, perhaps entrances. Yet his notes incomplete, parts missing. Mariette spoke privately of underground caverns, yet his official reports avoided, his personal papers later lost. Colonel Weiss blasted chambers within Great Pyramid, dynamite tearing stone, yet his own journals mentioned shafts leading deeper, sealed passages unexplored. Later editions omit, as if excised. Why? Arab workers employed in excavations often told of being stopped when hollowness beneath feet discovered. They said officials ordered sealing, forbade digging. They whispered of chambers entered by Europeans at night, artifacts removed unseen. The workers spoke, but no records kept, no acknowledgement official. Oral history, dismissed, yet consistent. In 20th century, the secrecy deepened. In 1920s and 1930s, excavations near Sphinx uncovered anomalies. Rumors of chambers spread among workers. Some claimed archaeologists entered, but officials silenced, denying. Reports from that period incomplete, gaps unexplained. Artifacts said to be shipped quietly, destinations unknown. The 1940s brought war, but also secrecy. Some whispered of military involvement at Giza, of entrances discovered and secured, of foreign powers aware of underground chambers. No proof remains, only rumor, yet silence itself suspicious. In 1950s and 1960s, as Egypt modernized, explorations continued. Yet again, reports incomplete. Teams photographed strange shafts, yet images vanished, maps drawn, later denied. Visitors told of doors within Great Pyramid leading to lower levels, yet access restricted. At same time, Cold War secrecy surrounded ancient sites worldwide. If knowledge dangerous, perhaps hidden deliberately. In 1920s, seismographic studies revealed cavities beneath Sphinx. Reports leaked briefly, describing voids aligned beneath paws, then denied, suppressed. One researcher who spoke publicly found permission revoked, career ended. Official statement said anomalies insignificant, natural. Yet raw data vanished, access restricted, lost report, forbidden knowledge. By 1990s, whispers grew louder. Joint projects with American institutions brought modern technology. Ground-penetrating radar confirmed chambers beneath plateau, some beneath Sphinx. Brief announcements made but quickly silenced. Journalists asked questions, denied access. Some claimed secret digs at night, chambers entered under guard, contents removed to undisclosed location. Photographs rumored, but suppressed. Again pattern, discovery followed by denial. Stories emerged of sealed tunnels beneath Great Pyramid, explored by robots. Cameras sent down narrow shafts. They revealed small doors with copper fittings, evidence of deliberate sealing. Behind, unknown. Yet when footage shown, transmission cut, images restricted. Official explanation vague, access closed. Explorers who questioned silenced. Lost reports, forbidden excavation. Independent researchers who tried to publish findings often attacked. Accused of pseudoscience, careers destroyed. Data dismissed, even when consistent. Why such hostility, unless truth feared? If nothing beneath, why suppress? Why silence? Whispers tell of artifacts removed, flown abroad, stored in private vaults. Some speak of scrolls inscribed with unknown script, devices unknown to science, statues older than dynasties. None shown publicly, yet stories persist. Workers claim to see crates loaded at night, guarded, shipped away. No record remains, except whispers. In early 21st century, new technologies again revealed anomalies. Satellite imagery showed subsurface patterns, rectangular shapes beneath plateau. Once published, images removed, servers wiped. Researchers reporting findings lost funding, denied permits. Another cycle, discovery erased. Why forbidden? Why hidden? Perhaps because within chambers lie records of age before Egypt, age before history. Perhaps because scrolls reveal cycles of cataclysm, warnings for future. Perhaps because devices prove knowledge far beyond primitive age. To admit is to rewrite history, to break power of institutions built on current story. Forbidden excavations maintain illusion. Lost reports protect narrative. Imagine if public saw evidence of vast halls beneath Giza, city preserved in stone. Imagine if scrolls revealed that pyramids older than 5,000 years, older than dynasties. Imagine if records told of Atlantis destroyed, survivors building monuments. Religion shaken, science overturned, power threatened. Better to forbid, better to wad, better to silence. But truth whispers through cracks. Workers talk, explorers publish fragments, data leaks, legends align. The pattern itself reveals, secrecy proving existence. For if nothing, no need for silence. Denial itself is confession. Suppression itself is proof. The lost reports are not gone. They are fragments scattered, pieces found in forgotten journals, in private letters, in archives dusty. Explorers who wrote of underground chambers did not all lie. Their words align with myths, with seismic data, with whispers today. Together, they form mosaic, picture of underground city denied. The forbidden excavations of Giza are story of fear, fear of truth, fear of awakening. They are story of control, of narrative preserved at cost of knowledge. They are story of city hidden not only by sand, but by silence. And yet, silence cannot last forever. Truth buried will rise. Reports lost will resurface. Excavations forbidden will one day be revealed. The city beneath waits, patient, eternal. Guardians above, pyramids and sphinx, keep watch. But beneath, halls sleep, chambers wait. Explorers risked to seek, whispers kept alive, legends preserved. Though forbidden, though hidden, the lost city calls still. And when halls open, forbidden history will no longer be denied. The Hall of Records, myth or memory. The phrase itself echoes like a riddle. The Hall of Records, a place whispered in prophecy, spoken in legend, denied in history, yet persistent across centuries. To some, it is myth, invention of mystics and dreamers. To others, it is memory, fragment of truth preserved in story, waiting beneath sand, sealed beneath stone, hidden beneath the Sphinx. The Hall of Records, as described by mystics, is not treasury of gold, but library of wisdom. Scrolls inscribed with histories of civilizations before history, maps of stars aligned with epics, calendars of cycles of earth and heavens, instruments unknown, crystals that hum with power, devices left by those who came before flood. Not treasure of kings, but treasure of gods, or of Atlanteans, or of survivors of cataclysm. Where does story begin? Some say it begins with Plato, who wrote of Atlantis, civilization vast, destroyed in day and night of catastrophe, survivors carrying knowledge to Egypt. Priests of Egypt told Solon, Greek lawgiver, that their records preserved memory 9,000 years older than his time, preserved in temples, preserved in stone. Plato recorded, world doubted, yet story endured. Could Hall of Records be continuation of that memory, library where Atlantean survivors hid truth? In Egyptian tradition, memory of Zep-Tepi, the first time, when gods walked among men, when Thoth, Lord of Wisdom, inscribed law of heavens, when Osiris taught agriculture, when Isis gave magic. Myths say knowledge given, preserved in temples, guarded by priests. Some believe Hall of Records is temple below ground, city beneath Giza, where Zep-Tepi preserved. If true, then not only Atlantis, but Egyptian myth itself points to same place, same library. Arab chroniclers wrote of King Sarid, warned by dream of flood, who built pyramids to preserve wisdom. He filled chambers with books, instruments, treasures, sealed them with magic. He placed beneath monuments, so that after catastrophe, survivors could find. This too is Hall of Records, described centuries before modern mystics. A chamber beneath Giza, filled with knowledge, preserved for future. Then came modern visionaries. Edgar Cayce, American seer, spoke of Hall of Records in trance. He described chamber beneath Sphinx, aligned with Great Pyramid, containing records of Atlantis, of cycles of Earth, of prophecies of future. He said it would be revealed at end of 20th century, when humanity ready. His words dismissed by scholars, yet aligned with legends older, aligned with anomalies found beneath Sphinx. Myth or memory, coincidence or truth preserved. Why would such hall exist? Perhaps because survivors of cataclysm knew cycles repeat. Flood, 12,000 years ago, destroyed Atlantis, but not for first time, nor last. Earth suffers cycles of fire and water, of destruction and renewal. To preserve knowledge through destruction, survivors built vaults, sealed libraries. Hall of Records beneath Giza, one of many, others scattered worldwide, beneath Yucatan, beneath Himalayas, beneath Andes. Together, global network of memory. If true, then humanity today is amnesiac civilization, inheriting fragments, myths, legends, but forgetting source. Hall of Records would restore memory, reveal truth, awaken forgotten origin. It would show that humanity is older, cycles longer, destiny grander. That is why forbidden, why sealed, why denied. For knowledge changes everything, knowledge frees. The descriptions of Hall of Records vary, but always similar. A vast chamber, rectangular, carved smooth in bedrock. Within, rows of niches filled with scrolls, tablets of stone, crystals inscribed. Maps of heavens painted upon ceiling, constellations of ages past, devices stored, some silent, some still glowing with light. Statues of gods or beings, guardians of hall. Corridor leading to Great Pyramid, linking monuments above to city below. Mystics describe atmosphere alive, energy humming, silence deep. Those who enter transformed, minds awakened, visions granted. Not only library, but temple, place of initiation. Priests of Egypt may have used hall, bringing initiates into chamber to witness records, to awaken memory. Conquerors never entered, priests sealed, knowledge preserved. Modern science both supports and denies. Seismic studies show cavities beneath Sphinx, large enough for chambers. Yet officials deny, forbid excavation. Robots reveal shafts leading deeper in Great Pyramid, blocked by doors, perhaps entrances to hall. Yet research halted, reports lost. Coincidence or protection of forbidden hall? Why would institutions fear? Because Hall of Records proves Atlantis real, proves civilizations older, proves myth is history. Because it reveals that knowledge was preserved, that humanity did not rise from primitive, but fell from advanced. Because it warns of cycles, of destruction to come. To admit is to change all. to threaten power built on ignorance. But myth persists. In secret societies, Hall of Records central symbol. Rosicrucians spoke of vault of wisdom hidden in Egypt to be revealed to worthy. Freemasons traced lineage to builders of temple, guardians of ancient knowledge, pointing to Giza as source. Occult traditions across centuries repeat same hidden chamber, forbidden library, beneath Sphinx. Imagine if one day hall opened, doors unsealed. Imagine explorers stepping into chamber untouched for 12,000 years. Scrolls unrolling, language strange yet familiar. Maps showing continents now sunk. Prophecies warning of cycles repeating. Devices humming, crystals glowing. Humanity confronted with memory denied. Religion shaken, science rewritten, history reborn. Some say Hall already entered, secretly. That in 20th century, excavations uncovered, artifacts removed to vaults abroad, that Hall exists, but forbidden to public. If true, then myth already memory, truth already known to few, hidden from many. Whispers of secret excavations align with this, lost reports suggest, silence itself testifies. Yet Sphinx remains, guardian above, its gaze east eternal, its paws resting upon chamber sealed. Hall of Records, myth or memory, waits below, perhaps sealed by design, to open when humanity ready. Perhaps still untouched, patient, eternal. Or perhaps already entered, knowledge removed, forbidden truth hidden. The question remains myth or memory. If only myth, why so persistent, across cultures, across centuries? If only memory, why so forbidden, so denied? Perhaps both. Myth preserving memory, memory hidden as myth. Perhaps Hall of Records is both story and truth, symbol and reality, waiting. The desert holds silence, pyramids stand eternal, Sphinx watches unblinking. Beneath, perhaps, Hall of Records sleeps, a library of humanity, forbidden history, lost city preserved. And whether myth or memory it calls, whispering through stone, whispering through time, whispering to us still. The underground labyrinth beneath the sands of Egypt, beneath the weight of pyramids, beneath the gaze of the Sphinx. Whispers speak not only of chambers, not only of halls, but of labyrinth, a network vast, stretching across plateau, connecting monuments, connecting temples, forming city hidden below. To stand upon Giza is to stand upon roof of world forgotten, upon ceiling of city silent. The idea of labyrinth is not new. Ancient writers described labyrinth of Egypt as marvel greater than pyramids. Herodotus wrote of 12 courts, 3,000 rooms, half above ground, half below. He said he saw upper chambers, decorated with reliefs, filled with images of gods and kings. But priests forbade him from descending into lower chambers, where tombs of kings and sacred crocodiles lay. He admitted that what he saw above was wonder, yet priests told him below was greater still. If true, then beneath sands stretches labyrinth unseen. Strabo confirmed, describing labyrinth near Lake Morris, vast complex of halls connected by corridors, bewildering in number and design. Diodorus Siculus too repeated, labyrinth larger than words could capture, halls without end, chambers without number. Some believe this labyrinth stood near Fayum, but others whispered its true form lay at Giza. Hidden beneath pyramids, extending far beneath plateau. Arab historians centuries later also spoke of hidden labyrinth, halls beneath pyramids, passages linking monuments. They said kings sealed with spells, entrances disguised, only priests allowed. They wrote of explorers entering, never returning, lost in maze of corridors. Fear and wonder mingled, legend of labyrinth survived. Modern explorers too heard whispers, Workers at Giza spoke of tunnels beneath, of hollow sounds when striking ground, of air flowing from cracks. Some claimed to descend, to find corridors extending far, branching endlessly. Some told of water flooding passages, underground river flowing beneath plateau. Others spoke of vast caverns, roof lost in darkness, city beneath desert. Seismic surveys and ground-penetrating radar revealed anomalies, linear patterns beneath plateau, too regular for geology. Lines connecting pyramids, voids stretching between. If random, why align with monuments? If natural, why form corridors? Yet official response dismissive, reports hidden, data lost. Imagine labyrinth beneath Giza, corridors stretching for miles, linking Great Pyramid to Sphinx, linking Khafra to Menkaure, linking temples above to halls below. Chambers opening from corridors, filled with relics, filled with scrolls, filled with machines silent. A city of stone, preserved, sealed, forbidden. Perhaps labyrinth not only storage, but temple. Initiates led through corridors in darkness, tested by maze, reaching chamber of wisdom at end. Perhaps labyrinth symbol of journey of soul, wandering paths, seeking light, finding truth. If so, then physical labyrinth mirrored spiritual, hall beneath mirrored journey within. Legends of underworld in Egyptian texts may reflect memory of labyrinth. In Book of the Dead, soul journeys through halls of Duat, past guardians, past gates, reaching chamber of judgment. Could this be symbolic version of real labyrinth? Priests guiding initiates through underground halls, teaching mysteries. If so, labyrinth beneath Giza, both city and symbol, both memory and myth. Accounts from explorers tell of shafts descending hundreds of feet, opening into caverns, vast. Some said corridors lined with columns, others with statues. Some told of inscriptions upon walls, stars, maps, gods. Some described echo of water, sound of river flowing underground. Nile itself once larger, perhaps channels led into labyrinth. Flooding chambers, preserving. In 1940s, rumors spread of military sealing tunnels beneath plateau. Soldiers guarding entrances, preventing access. Some claimed to hear of caverns discovered, artifacts removed, secrecy enforced. In 1990s, journalists whispered of explorers who filmed inside tunnels, footage confiscated, stories silenced. Always same pattern, discovery followed by denial, reports lost. The labyrinth may extend beyond Giza. Some say it connects to Memphis, to Saqqara, to Fayum, a network of underground corridors spanning miles, linking temples across Egypt. If true, then Giza only one part of vast subterranean system, city beneath Nile Valley, hidden civilization preserved. Mystics speak of labyrinth as mirror of cosmos, corridors aligned with constellations, chambers with planets, labyrinth map of heavens carved beneath earth. Walking labyrinth initiates into knowledge of stars, into cycles of time. If true, then labyrinth is not only city, but library, temple, map, machine. Why forbidden? Because discovery proves Egypt older, proves civilization advanced. Because labyrinth contains records of cycles, warnings of destruction, knowledge of power. To reveal would change world, threaten institutions, awaken humanity. Better to seal, better to deny, better to forbid. Yet whispers remain. In villages near Giza, people tell of hollow ground, of shafts sealed, of lights seen at night. Explorers still seek, mystics still dream, legends still live. Labyrinth calls through silence of sand, through gaze of sphinx, through alignment of pyramids. Imagine descending into labyrinth, corridor stretching before, torch casting shadows upon walls, silence deep, only echo of steps. Turning corner, more corridors, branching endlessly. At last, chamber opens, vast, filled with relics, scrolls stacked, statues looming. Perhaps machines hum, crystals glow, air thick with energy. A city beneath desert, alive though sealed. The labyrinth beneath Giza, myth or truth, remains forbidden. But fragments align texts, legends, surveys, whispers. Together they tell of network vast, hidden city beneath plateau. Forbidden history, carved in stone, sealed in darkness, waiting. Perhaps one day labyrinth will open, doors unsealed, corridors revealed. Perhaps then humanity will walk again, halls beneath, rediscover city lost. Until then, labyrinth whispers, patient, eternal, forbidden, guardians of the lost city. Every legend has its keepers, every secret has its guardians, and if a city lies hidden beneath the sands of Giza, sealed in darkness, preserved in silence, then surely it has been watched, protected, and guarded across ages. Guardians of the lost city, not only men of flesh, but forces unseen, perhaps priests, perhaps dynasties, perhaps something far older, perhaps something not entirely human. In Egyptian myth, guardians of knowledge appear again and again. Thoth, Lord of wisdom, scribe of gods, keeper of divine law, is often depicted standing at threshold of hidden halls. Osiris, judge of afterlife, presides over chamber of truth, weighing heart against feather. In Duat, halls are filled with guardians, fierce beings with heads of animals, wielding knives, preventing unworthy from entering. These are symbolic, perhaps, but also memory. Memory of priests who guarded halls beneath earth. Memory of cities sealed and defended. Priests of Egypt were not only servants of temples, but custodians of knowledge. Initiates passed through years of secrecy, tested, proven, before allowed glimpse of mysteries. Legends say only highest entered hidden halls, descending beneath pyramids, beneath sphinx, into chambers forbidden. There they read scrolls, studied stars, received visions. Priests guarded entrances, sealed with stone, protected with curses. To outsiders, curses seemed superstition, but to insiders they were oaths, warnings, barriers. Guardianship passed from generation to generation until dynasties ended, yet whispers suggest guardianship never ceased. Arab chroniclers wrote of kings who placed guardians of fire and magic upon chambers. Surid, builder before flood, filled pyramids with knowledge and treasures, then commanded priests to seal halls with spells, to place guardians not of flesh, but of flame. They wrote of travelers who entered, only to be struck by unseen force, destroyed by spirit within. These may be stories, but they echo same idea. Chambers not unguarded, city not abandoned. In modern age, guardianship takes new form. Governments, institutions, archaeological authorities, military forces, all stand as keepers of Giza. Access restricted, excavations controlled, discoveries hidden. Journalists denied, independent explorers silenced, researchers stripped of permits. Guardianship continues, not with knives of gods, but with bureaucracy, with secrecy, with suppression. Different tools, same purpose. Protect city beneath. There are whispers of even darker guardianship. Secret societies, organizations beyond governments, seeking to control ancient knowledge. Some say Freemasons trace lineage to builders, preserving secrets of Giza, keeping city hidden until time. Others say global elites already know that they enter chambers in secret, that they guard not for humanity, but for themselves. Whether truth or paranoia, whispers persist, guardianship suspected beyond official control. And what of non-human guardians? Ancient texts speak of watchers, beings who descended in first time, who taught forbidden knowledge, who were bound beneath earth after flood. Some believe guardians of halls beneath Giza are not priests, not men, but remnants of these beings, trapped within chambers, defending still. The Book of Enoch speaks of watchers imprisoned beneath mountains, guarded until judgment. Could city beneath Giza be such prison? Could guardians still dwell there, unseen but real? Legends of curses also hint at guardianship. Those who disturb tombs often fall ill, perish. Rationalists explain as bacteria, toxins, yet pattern too strong, too consistent. If chambers beneath Giza hold forbidden records, perhaps curses stronger, guardians more powerful. Stories of explorers who vanished, who entered shafts and never returned, may be explained by collapse, by flood, but also by guardians unseen. Imagine standing at sealed entrance beneath Sphinx, ready to descend, torch lit, heart heavy. Suddenly air shifts, silence thickens, presence felt. Guardians perhaps not visible, but sensed, warning intruder. Imagine explorer pressing forward, struck by fear unnatural, retreating. Guardians need not strike, presence alone enough. This may be why chambers remain sealed, why explorers hesitate. But guardians not only protect from intruders, they also protect for future. Legends say Hall of Records to be revealed when humanity ready, not before. Guardians ensure timing, prevent premature discovery. If humanity still divided, still unworthy, guardians keep sealed. When time comes, they will allow. This explains secrecy, explains suppression, explains why city remains forbidden. Guardianship is preservation, not denial. Yet who decides when ready? Priests gone, dynasties fallen, but guardianship continues. Some say cosmic law decides, cycles of stars dictate. When age turns, when humanity awakens, chambers will open. Until then, guardians hold keys. Others say secret brotherhood keeps watch, initiates who know, waiting for sign. Whether divine or human, guardianship endures. The pyramids themselves may serve as guardians. Monuments aligned with stars, massive, immovable. Built not only as tombs but as locks, sealing entrances, protecting city beneath. The Sphinx too, lion body, human face, gaze eternal, is guardian carved in stone. Its form symbol, its presence warning. Not only statue, but sentinel, guarding hall beneath. Monuments as guardians, silent yet powerful. Imagine labyrinth beneath, city vast, filled with records. Without guardians, looters long ago would have plundered, destroyed. With guardians, it remains preserved, sealed, intact. Knowledge still waiting, untouched. Guardianship ensures survival across millennia, across dynasties, across conquest. Modern guardianship too ensures silence. Excavations forbidden, anomalies denied, reports suppressed. To public, narrative preserved. Pyramids, tombs, Sphinx monument, nothing beneath. To few, truth known, hidden. Guardians act, sometimes in shadow, sometimes openly, always protecting city beneath. Whether benevolent or selfish, goal same, keep forbidden city safe. Yet guardians cannot hold forever. Cycles turn, humanity changes, knowledge must rise. Guardians may resist, but destiny stronger. When time comes, city will awaken, guardians will yield, doors will open. Until then, guardians stand, silent, unseen, powerful. The guardians of lost city are many. Priests of past, curses of myth, institutions of present, secrets of societies, monuments of stone, perhaps even beings beyond. Together they form shield, together they preserve. Without guardians, city lost forever. With guardians, city waits intact. The question remains, for whom do guardians guard? For themselves, for elites, for gods, or for humanity? Are they protectors or jailers, benefactors or oppressors? We cannot know. but their presence undeniable, for city remains hidden still. Guardianship is proof of city itself, for nothing unreal needs such protection. And so Sphinx watches, pyramids stand, guardians unseen surround. City beneath sleeps, preserved by oath, preserved by silence, preserved by fear. Forbidden still, but not forever. For time comes when guardians open gate, when city revealed, when forbidden history returns. Until then, guardians remain, silent, eternal, watching. Suppression of archaeological evidence. History, as it is taught, is not only shaped by what is discovered, but also by what is hidden, by what is silenced, by what is erased. At Giza, the monuments rise visible, yet the story beneath remains forbidden, because the evidence that points to it has been suppressed, controlled, concealed. Every fragment of anomaly, every whisper of underground chambers, every report of hidden halls has faced same fate, denial or disappearance. This suppression is not accident, but design, not error, but policy. The first explorers of Giza, men of 19th century, often wrote in journals of passages that descended deeper than expected, of fissures suggesting hollows beneath, of workers who whispered of tunnels. Yet when reports prepared for institutions, details missing, notes lost, sketches removed, artifacts never shown. Some claim explorers silenced by authorities, others that discoveries taken privately by elites. What remains published is sanitized, controlled, crafted to preserve official narrative. The Sphinx itself offers example. When early excavators cleared sand from its body, they reported fissures between paws, cavities beneath. Yet official statements declared nothing of significance. Later surveys confirmed anomalies, chambers beneath. Again denied, reports hidden. Even when geophysical data leaked, officials quickly dismissed, claiming natural voids. Original survey results disappeared, access restricted. Suppression of evidence visible, silence heavier than words. The Great Pyramid too conceals more than revealed. In 19th century, Colonel Weiss blasted into upper chambers, recording strange markings, some later suspected to be forged to fit dynastic timeline. His own journals mention shafts leading deeper, blocked passages unexplored. Later editions omit, as if removed. Robotic probes in modern times entered narrow shafts, filming doors sealed with copper handles. Behind, unknown. Yet when footage broadcast, transmission cut, announcements silenced, exploration halted. Suppression evident, curiosity denied. Artifacts also vanish. Workers told of crates loaded at night, taken from excavations, never displayed. Rumors persist of scrolls inscribed with strange script, of statues older than dynasties, of devices unknown to science. Some say flown abroad, stored in secret vaults, studied by few. Official museums show treasures of pharaohs, but none from hidden halls. If nothing found, why whispers of crates? If myth only, why stories repeat? The 20th century saw rise of institutions, ministries, councils of antiquities. These became guardians of official story, permitting only excavations aligned with narrative. Independent explorers denied access, researchers stripped of permits, journalists blocked. Those who published anomalies attacked as pseudoscientists, reputations destroyed. Even when data solid, evidence ignored. Suppression, not passive, but active, silencing dissent. Whispers tell of excavations conducted in secret, away from public eye. Workers hired at night, entrances sealed in mourning, discoveries removed without record. A few leaks emerged, of chambers beneath Sphinx entered, artifacts photographed, but never published. Some say evidence too great, too disruptive, that to reveal would rewrite history. Better to heed, better to suppress, better to deny. Why such suppression? Because discovery of lost city beneath Giza destroys accepted chronology, proves Egypt older than dynasties, proves myth is memory, proves civilization rises and falls. Because evidence of Atlantis, of Zep Tepi, of advanced knowledge, threatens institutions, religions, powers. To admit is to lose control, to awaken humanity. Suppression preserves control, ignorance, narrative. Academia too complicit. Scholars dependent on funding, careers tied to conformity. Dismiss anomalies to protect status. Geologists who showed rain erosion on Sphinx faced attack, ostracized. Archaeologists who suggested pre-dynastic construction silenced. Journals refused to publish, conferences rejected. Evidence suppressed not by lack of proof, but by fear of paradigm shift. Consider also media. When stories emerge of hidden chambers, of forbidden discoveries, coverage brief, then silenced. Investigations cut short, footage lost, reporters reassigned. Narratives quickly framed as hoax, fringe, conspiracy. Public distracted, evidence buried. Only whispers remain, fragments scattered, yet suppression itself reveals truth. For if nothing beneath, no need for secrecy, no need for denial. If myths empty, why surveys hidden, why anomalies dismissed? Suppression is confession, silence is proof. The effort to hide shows there is something to hide. Imagine if evidence released, seismic maps showing vast labyrinth beneath Giza, artifacts displayed proving age before pharaohs, scrolls revealing knowledge of Atlantis. History rewritten overnight, textbooks obsolete, religions questioned, power shaken. This is why suppressed, why hidden. Not because false, but because too true, too dangerous. Suppression also global. Similar anomalies at other ancient sites also denied. Cavities beneath Teotihuacan sealed, tunnels beneath Angkor ignored, chambers beneath Tibet forbidden. Pattern worldwide, knowledge suppressed, forbidden history hidden. Giza only one part of larger tapestry, guardianship global. But suppression cannot last forever. Evidence leaks, fragments surface, independent voices rise. Workers speak, explorers write. Data escapes. The internet spreads whispers, makes silence harder. Step by step, suppression cracks, truth emerges. The city beneath waits, but guardians weaken. Imagine day when suppression fails, when lost reports resurface, when hidden footage released, when suppressed artifacts revealed. Humanity confronts truth long denied, city beneath no longer forbidden. Suppression ends, history reborn. The suppression of archaeological evidence is not absence, but presence. Presence of silence, presence of control, presence of fear. It is as much a part of Giza as pyramids themselves, as eternal as Sphinx's gaze. Evidence lies beneath, and suppression is wall above. But walls fall, silence breaks, truth rises. Until then, suppression continues. Excavations denied, anomalies dismissed, artifacts hidden. But whispers remain, memories endure, legends align. The city beneath still waits, preserved not only by stone, but by silence. Forbidden history remains forbidden, but not forever. For time comes when suppressed evidence returns, when truth no longer denied, when city beneath Giza revealed at last. Modern technology and new discoveries. The ancient sands of Giza have hidden their secrets for millennia, sealed beneath stone, preserved beneath desert, guarded by silence. Yet modern age brings new eyes, eyes that see through earth, eyes that pierce stone, eyes that reveal what lies beneath without disturbing a single grain of sand. Modern technology, radar, robotics, satellite imaging, seismic surveys, all tools unknown to past explorers, now reveal glimpses of forbidden city beneath. But with discovery comes denial. With evidence comes suppression. With truth comes silence. Ground-penetrating radar, tool of geophysics, sends pulses through Earth, recording echoes of what lies below. In 1970s, such surveys conducted around Sphinx revealed rectangular cavities beneath paws, voids not natural, aligned with symmetry of monument. Reports leaked, describing chambers large, structured, deliberate. Yet official statements dismissed, claiming natural fissures insignificant. Original data vanished, results suppressed. Still, first crack appeared, first glimpse of hidden halls. In 1990s, radar returned, this time more advanced. American teams joined Egyptian authorities, scanning beneath plateau. Again, anomalies appeared, linear corridors, rectangular chambers, voids beneath Sphinx, beneath pyramids, connecting monuments. Even seismographs confirmed, vibrations revealing hollowness below. Announcements brief, then silenced. Access denied, exploration halted. Yet whispers spread, proof of city beneath recorded by machines, though hidden from world. Robotic probes entered Great Pyramid, crawling through shafts too narrow for man. Cameras sent images of passages sealed for thousands of years. At end of shaft, a small limestone door appeared, copper handles shining. Behind, unknown. In 2002, probe drilled small hole, revealing another chamber, another door beyond. A mystery within mystery, corridor leading deeper. Was this entrance to labyrinth, to hall of records? Official story called it symbolic, meaningless. Yet project halted, exploration denied. Why stop unless truth forbidden? Later, in 2017, advanced scanning known as muon tomography, using cosmic rays, revealed vast void above Grand Gallery of Great Pyramid. Void so large it could hold airplane, so regular it could not be accident. Officials announced discovery but quickly claimed significance unknown. Perhaps mistake, perhaps irrelevant. Yet void undeniable, hidden chamber within pyramid, sealed for thousands of years. One more piece of puzzle, one more sign of labyrinth within. Satellite imaging too revealed anomalies. Thermal scans detected hotspots on pyramids, areas of stone warmer than surroundings, as if air flowed from hidden chambers, as if passages behind walls. Ground patterns revealed by satellite showed rectangular shapes beneath sands. Buried structures aligning with pyramids. Images briefly public, then removed. Servers cleared, access blocked. Still, fragments remain, proof glimpsed, evidence hidden. Even sound reveals secrets. Acoustic studies conducted at Sphinx showed echoes not consistent with solid stone. Vibrations revealed hollowness beneath paws, beneath body. Engineers confirmed voids, but archaeologists denied. Again, modern tools saw what officials forbade. Whispers tell of even more advanced surveys, conducted secretly by military, using technologies not public. Some say 3D mapping of entire plateau already exists, showing labyrinth beneath, halls, chambers, rivers underground. Maps sealed in vaults, forbidden to world. If true, then city beneath already discovered, but hidden from humanity. Modern discoveries extend beyond Giza. In Turkey, Göbekli Tepe revealed civilization older than dynasties, 12,000 years. In Peru, tunnels beneath pyramids found, chambers filled with mercury. In China, pyramid complexes forbidden, covered by forests. Everywhere, technology reveals past older, more advanced. Giza fits pattern, city beneath hidden, awaiting discovery. But discovery brings resistance. When anomalies revealed, officials deny, funding cut, projects halted. When robots find doors, exploration stopped. When satellites show patterns, images erased. Suppression continues, even with modern eyes. Technology sees, but truth silenced. Yet technology also liberates. Independent researchers access radar, satellite, scans, data leaks, fragments spread. Whispers become stronger, more convincing. Public begins to see through silence, to sense forbidden city beneath. Imagine if full mapping released, if 3D scans of plateau published, showing labyrinth stretching miles, chambers vast, corridors endless. Imagine if robots opened sealed doors, revealing scrolls, statues, devices untouched for 12,000 years. Imagine if voids within pyramids entered, revealing Hall of Records, Library of Atlantis. World would change in moment, history reborn, humanity awakened. For now, only fragments revealed, glimpses denied, whispers suppressed. But modern technology grows stronger, more precise, more impossible to silence. One day, suppression will fail, evidence too great, truth undeniable. Then lost city beneath Giza will no longer be forbidden, but revealed. Until then, machines record silence. Radar reveals voids, satellites show patterns. Forbidden history whispers through data, through anomalies, through images erased. City beneath still sleeps, but modern tools prove it breathes, hidden yet alive. The marriage of ancient mystery and modern technology is paradox. Old secrets revealed by new eyes, yet still denied by old powers. But truth has momentum. Evidence accumulates, whispers become roar. City beneath cannot remain hidden forever. So pyramids stand, sphinx watches, sand covers, guardians silence. But beneath, radar echoes, robots crawl, satellites scan. Technology knows, humanity waits. Lost city still forbidden, but not forever. For one day, technology will reveal all, and forbidden history will rise again. Forbidden history or hidden truth. Every mystery carries a question at its heart, and the question of Giza is simple. Is the story of the lost city beneath the sands forbidden history created by myth and imagination, or is it hidden truth preserved by silence and suppression? To approach the answer, one must walk between two worlds, one of legend, one of science, one of whispers, one of stone. On one side stands the official narrative, taught in classrooms, written in textbooks, guarded by institutions. According to this view, pyramids are tombs, the Sphinx a monument, the plateau a necropolis of kings. The timeline is clear, construction 5,000 years ago, no advanced civilization before, no hall of records beneath, no labyrinth below. Every claim of anomaly explained as natural fissure, every whisper dismissed as fantasy, every alternative silenced as pseudoscience. This is history permitted, history accepted, history visible. On the other side stands forbidden history, the whispers of priests, the words of mystics, the accounts of explorers, the data of modern machines. This view claims that Giza is not tomb, but temple, not necropolis, but archive, not simple monuments, but markers of knowledge older than dynasties. That beneath lies city preserved, halls of records, labyrinth of corridors, chambers sealed, waiting. This is history forbidden, history denied, history hidden. The debate is not new. For centuries, travelers wrote of chambers beneath, priests spoke of vaults, chroniclers described halls, yet scholars dismissed, institutions silenced. Still the stories persisted, carried by generations, preserved in myth. Waiting in silence, if forbidden history is false, if no city lies beneath, then why the suppression? Why seismic surveys hidden? Why radar scans erased? Why robotic discoveries halted? If voids are natural, why forbid entry? If nothing beneath, why silence so heavy? Suppression itself becomes evidence. Denial itself becomes confession. For nothing unreal requires such effort to hide. If hidden truth is real, then humanity stands on edge of revelation. A city preserved for 12,000 years, records of Atlantis, wisdom of Zep-Tepi, knowledge of cycles. To reveal would rewrite all. To expose would awaken humanity from amnesia. But to reveal would also destroy institutions, shatter beliefs, unseat powers. Thus truth hidden, forbidden, preserved not for all, but for few. Forbidden history or hidden truth, perhaps both. For myth preserves memory, distorted, reshaped, yet rooted in fact. Legends of Surid building pyramids before flood, myths of Zep-Tepi when gods walked, visions of Case describing Hall of Records, all dismissed as fantasy, yet aligned with anomalies revealed by modern science. The line between myth and truth blurred, the Hall of Records both symbol and reality, labyrinth both story and stone. Consider erosion on Sphinx. Geologists see water, heavy rain, thousands of years older than dynasties. Official narrative rejects, yet evidence clear. Forbidden history says Sphinx built in Age of Leo, 12,000 years ago, aligning with sky. If true, then timeline false, history forbidden, truth hidden. Consider voids within pyramids. Moon scans prove existence, chambers vast, unseen. Official narrative claims insignificant, yet machines do not lie, voids real. Are they natural or sealed halls? Forbidden history says they are entrances, hidden chambers of city beneath. Hidden truth whispers through stone. Consider labyrinth described by Herodotus, Strabo, Diodorus. Ancient witnesses wrote of halls endless, rooms countless. Marvel greater than pyramids. Official narrative says misplaced exaggeration. Yet why 3 witnesses? Why details so aligned? Why consistent across centuries? Forbidden history says labyrinth real, beneath plateau sealed. Hidden truth preserved in ancient words. Even suppression itself part of debate. Scholars say secrecy protects heritage, prevents looting. Forbidden history says secrecy protects narrative, prevents awakening. Which is true, both perhaps. Yet patterns of denial, destruction of reports, disappearance of artifacts suggest deeper motive. Hidden truth dangerous, forbidden history feared. The question then shifts, not whether myth or truth, but why myth persists. Myths die if empty, legends fade if false. Yet Hall of Records persists, labyrinth remembered, guardians spoken of. Persisting across cultures, across centuries, myth survives because memory sustains, memory of real city, real hall, real truth. But what if forbidden history serves another purpose? What if legends of hidden city are themselves veil, distraction, designed to keep seekers focused on mystery beneath, while truth lies elsewhere? Perhaps guardians spread myth to protect hall, creating layers of story, making truth impossible to separate. If so, then myth is both prison and key, both barrier and bridge. The dilemma remains unresolved. Science points to anomalies, institutions deny. Myths speak of city, officials dismiss. Forbidden history insists truth hidden. Official history insists truth imagined. Humanity stands between, uncertain, waiting. Yet perhaps certainty not possible. Perhaps mystery itself part of design. For if truth revealed too soon, humanity unready, knowledge dangerous. If hidden too long, memory lost, knowledge wasted. Balance delicate, guardians deciding, destiny unfolding. So what is the lost city beneath Giza? Is it forbidden history, fantasy of dreamers, story of seekers, myth of Atlantis, Invention of case? Or is it hidden truth? Library preserved, hall sealed, labyrinth real, waiting for humanity? Both answers possible, both answers dangerous. But one truth undeniable: mystery persists. Monuments stand, anomalies recorded, myths remembered, suppression evident. Something beneath, whether city of stone or city of story, something waits. Forbidden history or hidden truth, mystery calls. The pyramids rise, Sphinx watches, desert sleeps. Beneath, perhaps city waits, forbidden history, preserved, hidden truth sealed. And as humanity awakens, as technology grows, as myths resurface, truth approaches. One day question answered, one day mystery revealed. Until then, forbidden history whispers, hidden truth waits. Conclusion: the lost city awaits. The desert holds its silence. The pyramids rise eternal. The Sphinx gazes east with eyes that have watched the sun for thousands of years. All across the plateau of Giza, stone speaks, but stone does not reveal all. For beneath, hidden from the world, preserved in darkness, lies the greatest mystery of all: the question of the lost city. The question of whether forbidden history is truth. The question of whether humanity is ready to face what has been hidden. The journey through this mystery is long, from eons of ancient priests, to whispers of explorers, to data from modern machines. Every step reveals fragments, pieces of puzzle scattered through time. Legends of Surid building pyramids to preserve knowledge. Myths of Zep-Tepi, when gods walked among men. Visions of Case describing Hall of Records, reports of Herodotus and Strabo of Labyrinth beneath. Then come explorers who saw shafts sealed, workers who heard hollows beneath, scientists who measured voids, robots that filmed hidden doors. Fragments align, whispers connect, myths echo truth. Yet suppression persists. Reports hidden, surveys erased, discoveries silenced, institutions deny, officials control, guardians protect. The question becomes not whether city exists, but why knowledge forbidden, why truth hidden? Is it to protect humanity from power too great, or to preserve control, to deny awakening? Either answer reveals that beneath Giza lies more than stone, lies power of truth. The lost city, if real, is not merely chambers of rock, not merely corridors of stone, but archive of humanity, library of cycles, record of civilizations before. If revealed, it would prove that history does not begin 5,000 years ago, but stretches back into deep time, into epochs forgotten. It would prove that humanity is not primitive, rising slowly, but advanced, falling and rising again, surviving cataclysms, preserving memory. The city beneath would awaken amnesia, remind humanity of who it truly is. If false, if only myth, then still it reveals something. It reveals hunger for memory, longing for truth, sense that official story incomplete. For myths survive because they resonate, because they carry something deeper than story, something within collective memory. Even if city never found, the search itself reveals humanity's desire to connect with origins, to seek what was lost, to remember. In this way, myth itself is truth, truth of spirit, truth of longing. The guardians of the city, whether priests of past, officials of present, or forces unseen, have kept silence for millennia. Yet silence cannot last forever. Technology grows stronger, anomalies harder to deny, whispers louder. Humanity moves toward awakening, toward readiness. When cycle turns, when time arrives, doors will open, chambers revealed, city awakened. The lost city awaits, not forever forbidden, but preserved for moment of destiny. Imagine the day. Sand shifts, entrance uncovered, explorers descend. Torches light vast corridors, walls carved with symbols unknown. Scrolls preserved in stone niches, maps of stars from epochs past. Statues stand silent, guardians carved in stone. Devices hum with energy still alive. A hall opens, vast, filled with knowledge beyond comprehension. Humanity sees, humanity remembers, humanity awakens. That day will mark new age, new history, new destiny. The pyramids then no longer tombs, but monuments of knowledge. The Sphinx no longer enigma, but guardian revealed. Giza no longer necropolis, but gateway to past. Forbidden history becomes revealed history. Hidden truth becomes known truth. Humanity steps into new story. Old world dies, new world born. But until that day, mystery remains. The desert keeps silence. Guardians protect. Suppression continues. Humanity still divided, still blind, still uncertain. The city beneath waits, patient, eternal, untouched. It is not lost, it is preserved. Not forgotten, but hidden. Not destroyed, but waiting. The journey through these mysteries leaves us with choice. We can dismiss as fantasy, myth without substance, imagination of seekers. Or we can listen to whispers, study anomalies, follow fragments, and prepare for truth. The choice defines us, shapes our future, reveals our readiness. Whether forbidden history or hidden truth, whether myth or memory, the lost city beneath Giza remains greatest enigma of human story. It is mirror reflecting our ignorance, our arrogance, our longing. It is test of our courage, our patience, our vision. It is promise of awakening, gift of ancestors, legacy of forgotten age. And so the story closes, yet not truly ends. For mystery still alive, city still waits, truth still hidden. Beneath sand, beneath stone, beneath silence, the lost city rests. The pyramids stand as markers. The Sphinx watches as guardian. The desert whispers as veil. Humanity watches, wonders, waits. The lost city awaits. It awaits discovery. It awaits revelation. It awaits the moment when humanity is ready. It awaits us.